figure it out. Because like on the real, that's part of being in a new covenant. Like, and matter of fact, I'm about to break this down real quick. You heard? It's
Yeah,
part of being in a
go
new
ahead and give
covenant
all praises before you break it down,
that.
brother.
All right, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah,
All
yeah, yeah.
praises.
First and foremost, we just want to give all praises to the Most High in the name of Yahawah. When we say we do so by saying, Call out Yahawah by Hashem Yahawah Shai, understanding that He manifested into Hamashiach. And these brothers just going to have a dialogue. We're going to get to understanding the law. We're going to get to understanding the new covenant. And hopefully, Lord willing, in a couple days, we can also get another dialogue dealing with creation. And we just gonna let the spirit and the oracles of the Most High do the work. And, Brother Ahmad, we let you start the flow off 10 minutes, and the timer start when you begin speaking.
This like we're gonna get into the law real quick, so we could differentiate the laws that's being spoken of in the New Testament. Because I mean, that's where it's confusing. People stay, don't be in context. You know what I mean? And they just every time law pop up or commandments or something, being that you ain't in context, you ain't follow the story. You feel me? And you ain't able to differentiate them because you didn't follow the story. You just automatically, every time you see that word pop up, you think it's mean the same thing. Mhm. But we go to Romans 3:31. Make void the law through faith. God forbid, yeah, we establish the law. Know what I mean? Why would he say that just before he say this unless he's schizophrenic? You heard? Romans 3:28. Therefore, we conclude that man is not justified by faith without the deeds of the law. You feel me? It's talking about the outward being a Jew. You feel me? But why the law isn't made void? Because I mean we established the righteousness contained in which include did not include ordinances. All right, so we go to Romans 2:14 through 16. For when the Gentiles which have not the law do by nature the things contained in the law, these having not the law are a law unto themselves, which shew the works of the law written in their heart, their conscience also bearing the witness, and their thoughts the meanwhile accusing one another. In the days when God shall judge the secrets of men by Jesus Christ according to my gospel. You feel me? What he talking about, this is what Paul is talking about though, like Romans 3:21. But now the righteousness of God without the law is being manifested, witnessing the law and the prophets. All right, so if you if like that would make Paul contradicting himself and he not talking about two different laws. I mean, he talking about the law that was written on our heart. I don't really want to even go into the garden because I'm gonna say that for the other debate, even though it probably is kind of like probably is kind of relevant to this debate. But it was a universal law that was pitting Cain heart. You heard, and when I mean, and that's why when um John speaks about it, he speaks about. I mean, it's about faith. You feel me? It's about knowing what's right and wrong. You heard? It's about knowing what's right and wrong. God is on the side of through that right and wrong. And like, hold on, I'll go to something.
So far, you pulled Romans 3:28 and Romans 3:31, right?
Okay. All right, explain. I want you to explain how, like, if, like, and Hold on, let me go to some real quick. What is the uncircumcision and what is the gospel to the uncircumcision and the circumcision? Because he knew that that temple was going to be destroyed. He knew like the gospel to the uncircumcision. That's the fullness of the gospel. You feel me? That's why tongues was introduced. You heard that we was going to learn through tongues, and that's that same Isaiah scripture that I was bringing up earlier. You heard? And the stammering lips and different tongues, he going to speak to his people. These the same people. You feel me? That's the mystery of the Gentiles. But I could prove that those Gentiles is Israelites too, if you want to get there. But y'all probably agree with that too. But I could prove that to edify the people though, if you want me to.
Uh, Now we could leave that for another time. I think pretty much right now we want to get like any precept that you have that specifically puts us in the mind frame of there being two separate laws, as in the law of Moses isn't the law that Christ kept. I guess, can you point us to a scripture that shows us the law that Christ kept if he didn't keep the law of Moses?
We could go to Christ being born under the law in order to, know what I mean, we could go to Christ being under the law to redeem them that was under the law. Know what I mean, to inherit the inheritance of sons. Now, if you want to be a servant, you can be a servant. If you want to be a son, you can be a son. But if you want to be a servant, you falling from grace. You heard?
Yeah,
You falling from
you
grace.
got a precept that can point us straight there, so we can pull it up.
I was no man, that's how I was like uh, Galatians 4. I'm just start from the beginning. Now I say that the higher as long as he is a child, differeth nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all, but is under tutors and governors until the time appointed of the Father. Even so we, when we were children, we were under bondage under the elements of the world. But when the fullness of the time was come, God sent forth his son made of a woman made under the law to redeem them that were under the law, that we might receive the adoption of sons. You heard? And Christ also talk about that, how we not gonna be no more servants, and that how the highest was gonna have to like we was gonna have to wash each other's feet. With the I mean, and nigga, the king is gonna have to wash the servants' feet. You heard? We all like equal in this, like to a certain extent. And you know, when the fullness of the time was come, what is that? I want to ask y'all, what is the fullness of the time? It's a process.
Hey, brother,
It's
I
a
think you
process
bouncing
of him
around.
molding us into being. I mean,
I think you bouncing around. I thought we was dealing with circumcision being made uncircumcision.
well, I apologize.
We trying to just stay on topic. I'm waiting on you to drive the point home. I'm just speaking up because I'm kind of getting lost in what your point is.
All right, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Circumcision, circumcision. All right, because that's part of the law of Moses. So he's still under the law of Moses. There's so many verses that say we ain't supposed to be. You know what I mean? I mean, the Jerusalem Council favored in Paul's. I mean, they favored Paul because it's the gospel to the uncircumcision. And uncircumcision basically mean we not Jews. We not Jews right now. We Jews inwardly, but not outwardly. You feel me? So all the boasting in the law, the outward showings of the law, It's done up. Yeah, that's done up. It's like speaking that language and Yahawah, Yah wishy washy and all them other, all that stuff. That ain't how we supposed to really relate to the people. We supposed to really relate to the people. Like that's why Paul had his name changed. You feel me? To Paul from Saul because that was more Greek and it could relate to them more. You heard? That's the scatter. That's the like I said. It's two different. It's speaking of two different times at once. It's a duality in prophecy. You feel me? And all prophecy is a duality. It's speaking of the near future and a distant future.
Con. That's your 10 minutes, brother Ahmad. Your timer just
All right,
went
now I
off.
want to come back. I want to see what niggas bring me at with the scriptures. So you feel me?
Yeah, for sure. So we're gonna let brother Shem open up with his 10 minutes, and
All right,
after
I
that,
appreciate it.
if you want to go
I
ahead
wish
and
this
get
shit was a little louder, man. I don't know why this is so loud.
yeah.
Con,
If you want to spend 5 minutes rebutting what brother Shem brings to the table, uh, which I'm pretty sure is gonna be establishing that the law of Moses has never been quote unquote done away with. Then you can rebut that as soon as he's finished. You'll get 5 minutes to rebut that.
con, con. First I just want to say, call halal Yahawah by Hashem Yahawah Shai. My name once again, my name is Shema Shem, and I want to make just a great dialogue with this brother to talk about the laws of Moses, whether it be to brothers thinking that it's the law of Moses or the law of Christ. So let's go ahead and get started because I don't have much time on my plate. Brother Nolan, can you please go to Matthew chapter 5, verse 17 through 18? Let's bring that out for 1 second. Let's just, talk about
That nigga's so low, yo. You said Matthew on what?
Matthew chapter 5, verse 17 through 18, brother.
All right, I know what you're talking about. Go ahead. Now.
All right, read it for me. Matter of fact, I read.
You want
I
me
read.
to read it? I'll read it. I got it right here. Think
I,
not that I have come to destroy the law or the prophets. I have not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one title in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled.
con,
You
con.
want me to go ahead?
Nah, you good right there, brother. I want my reader to read too, brother. Out of respect, I gave your 10. I had
Damn,
to
I ain't
say
read
it.
clear enough.
No. You good, brother. I just want my reader to read.
You said
But
I'm a literal light.
no. But I just want to mention that the reason why I brought this verse out because this shows that Yahweh Shai upheld the Mosaic law, and he did not bring any new law, nor did he separate from it. Instead, he emphasized, right? He fulfilled, he kept the law. Now, you mentioned about the two the greatest commandment that he had mentioned in Matthew chapter 22, verse 37 through 40, right? I want to bring that out. I want to just, ease on that for a little bit. It says, Yahweh answered and said, and Yahweh said unto
Brother
him, Thou
Shem,
shalt
brother
love.
Shem, back up from your mic just a little bit.
Okay,
What's the
what's
He
that?
too
precept? What's the
loud. I'm too
precept?
low.
Yeah,
Nah, I can't hear none of y'all. Like
you
I'm just
way
low.
you way
I'm
clear.
dealing with it.
You
Huh?
way
What's
more
the
clear
precept?
now.
I wish I could get us. Damn, man, my Bluetooth speakers.
Y'all can hear me?
I ain't happy for that.
Yeah, I hear you way more clear. You good.
Con.
Yeah,
Okay,
what's the
come.
precept? What's the precept?
Matthew chapter 22, verse 37 through 40. I want us to emphasize on that. Yeah, I just want us to talk about it. Now, you mentioned about that Yahweh Shai had, he created another law. But why did he say, and I just want you to think about it, right? Why he said he did not come to abolish the law. So now you're making it seem like that Yahweh Shai is a liar or Yahweh Shai is contradicting himself. Because what the word abolish mean was to destroy, right? So if he coming to not destroy anything, why is he upholding the law? Now let's get to Matthew 22, verse 37 through 40 once more. Can I have somebody to read that for me? Nobody want to read it for me?
I'm waiting on projection to make sure that the screen is keeping up with the precepts.
Okay. Con.
What's the scripture out?
Matthew 22, verse 37 through 40.
Con, it should be on the screen.
This, brother Ma, you probably already know this, bro. This one of your favorites right here. It's all right.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 37. Yahawah said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
All right, let's stop right there. Now, the reason why I want to bring this out because it shows significance. When Yahawah says to love God, right, and love your neighbor, he was summarizing
Salakia,
Exodus.
Ahmad has dropped off the podcast. He in the backstage.
Oh, man. All right.
With that being said, give him 1 John chapter 2, verse 7 right after that.
Okay, con. All right. Now, what I was saying was this scripture right here, Matthew 22, verse 37 through 40, when Yahawah says, to love God, right? With all our heart, with all our soul. Get what this was found in? It was found in the book, it was found in the law of Moses. It was found in the Mosaic law, Deuteronomy chapter 6. This is the Shema prayer. And then when he said, love thy neighbor as well. So, and we find that in Exodus 20. So let me just go ahead and get to the point. When Yahawah says to love God and love your neighbor, he has summarized the 10 commandments, which I found in the law of Moses, right? The first few commandments deal with the love of God, right? The first commandment said we should not take no other gods before him. You know what I'm saying? Don't take the Lord's name in vain. And the others deal with, loving your neighbors. Don't steal. Don't lie, don't commit adultery, don't covet your neighbor. All these, when you keep the
That goes
laws,
along with
right?
the moral law, though.
When you keep the laws, when you keep the laws, you're loving your brother. That's why in the book of John is where it says that he who loved God but hated his brother, he who loved God but hated his brother is a liar. In order for us to love our brother, we must keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. Now, I want to just turkey back a little bit as well, and just let me know if I'm moving too fast, right? I just want to just talk about that First John chapter 2. That First John chapter 2, verse 7. I want to just make emphasis on it for 1 second, right? It says, brethren, I write no new commandment unto you, but an old commandment which he had from the beginning.
The beginning.
The old commandment is the word which ye have heard from the beginning. Now, I just want to make emphasis on that, right? Yahawah just said to himself that he came to not abolish the law, but came to uphold it. He did not come to destroy nothing, right? I want us to go to Mark chapter 7 and verse 10 as well, if y'all don't mind. Mark chapter 7. Verse 10. I want to just talk about that. And my thing is this. You mentioned that Moses and Yahawah had two different commandments. Why is Yahawah is constantly preaching and telling the people about the law of
Because it's
Moses?
the righteousness that's contained in the law.
I didn't interrupt you, though, brother.
All right, my bad. I apologize.
Yeah.
I apologize.
You good,
Sorry.
brother. You good. Let's read that Mark chapter 7, verse 10. Let's see what Yahawah says when it comes down to that. It says, this is the book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 10. For Moses said, honor thy father and thy mother, and whoso curses father or mother, let him die the death. Now, this is Yahawah or Christ teaching the people. Now, where can we find this? Exodus chapter 3 and 6, when it said, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which Yahawah thy God giveth thee. How in the
But he said,
world is
nobody,
this?
my
I did
mother,
not
if you don't
interrupt
hate your
you.
mother or your father,
I
then you
did
know
not
what I
interrupt
mean?
you, brother. I gave you your
All right,
10,
I'm
brother.
bad.
I
All
gave
right,
you 10. I gave you
I got
10. This
you,
is
though.
in order. This is in order. Now, how in the world is Christ separating himself from Moses if he constantly speaking about Moses? I got another one. I
Because
want
the
to go to
righteousness
Mark chapter
contained
10 and
inside the
12.
law.
We just gonna stay in Mark. I just find a thrilling part about that Mark, man. Mark chapter 10, verse 19. It says, thou knowest the commandment. Do not commit adultery. Do not kill. Do not steal. Do not bear false witness. Defraud not. Honor thy father and mother. Now, why is Christ still telling the people about these commandments? If he out, but he just said the two of the greatest commandment is what to love thy God and what to love thy neighbor. That is
Did he ever
saying
preach to keep the Sabbath or to keep
what,
holy days?
brother, you
Did
not
he ever?
letting me talk. You not
All right,
letting me talk.
all
I
right,
got your
all
10.
right. All right, go ahead, brother.
What they're saying is, like I said, he's telling us about the law. That's
Fruits
how
of
we
the
love our
spirit.
brother. That
Fruits
is
of the
our
spirit.
righteousness. Deuteronomy 6 and 25 says that our righteousness is keeping God's laws. Now, I just want to turkey back as well.
That was
You
their
can,
righteousness.
and another
All
thing
right.
that stood out to
Yeah,
me as
brother
well.
Ahmad, I'm gonna have to let him get 2 more minutes. His time is almost up, man.
Nah,
And
go
another
ahead. Let
thing
him go. Let him go. Let him cook. Let him cook. Let him cook. He
that
think he
stood out
cooking.
to me, right, was John chapter 5, verse 46 through 47. Ye believe Moses, ye will believe me, for he wrote of me. But if you do not believe his writings, how will you believe my words? So how can you say that you believe in Yahawah, believe in Christ, but you don't even believe in the laws where he's being mentioned from? You don't even believe in the laws what he wrote to Moses, what Moses taught the Israelites. And you also mentioned about circumcision. If you said that circumcision is done away with, why did Paul went and circumcise Timothy? In the book of
Because
Acts,
Paul.
chapter 16, verse 3, when it said Paul wanted to take Timothy along the journey. So what? He was circumcised because of what? Timothy was a Jew. They had to get circumcised still. This is Paul's letter. The scripture says that the law is perfect. Why would the Most High change something that's perfect? Psalms 19, verse 7.
Because it was a process.
Luke chapter. I'm not
Process.
done, brother. I'm
All right,
not
go
done
ahead,
yet.
brother.
I'm not
Go ahead,
done.
brother.
My last one is Luke chapter 24, verse 44. I want to pour that out. It's plenty. It's just other witnesses that talks about Yahawah is teaching about Moses writing. I want to just pull out that Luke 24, verse 44. And it says, and he said unto them, these are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled, which were written in the law of Moses and in the prophets and in the Psalms concerning me. Why is Christ constantly saying that he has to fulfill the law of Moses? If you're saying that this man created another law from Moses, why is he still teaching the people about the laws of Moses throughout the
What do
text?
fulfill mean? What do fulfill mean?
What the
Like he
thing
said,
is,
it's over.
why?
It's
And my
over.
thing is this. Hold on.
Like he
My
said,
thing is
it's
this:
over when he gave up his
if
when he gave up the
Yahawah
ghost. Before he gave
if
up the ghost, he said
Yahawah
it's
did
over.
not if
That's right.
Yahawah had two different sets of laws from Moses, why did Yahawah kept the law? Why did Yahawah kept Passover? If
That's
the
in
law,
Genesis.
if
He
he
was
said
born
that he
under the
taught,
law.
why did
He
Yahawah
was
kept
born
Passover?
under the
Why did
law.
Yahawah got circumcised?
Because he was born under the law.
But hold on, my 10 minutes ain't up yet. I just want you
go
to
ahead,
dwell
bro.
on those things. I want you to dwell on those things.
Yeah, I should
He
take
said,
notes.
Isaiah 55,
I'm
verse
trying to
11.
keep it in mind.
So shall my word be that goeth forth out my mouth. It shall not return to me void, without producing any effect or usually, but it shall accomplish that which I please and purpose, and it shall prosper in the thing for which I sent. Now he said that the laws are perfect. Why in the hell would the Most High take the laws back? Now you're saying that my Yahawah, my Elohim, my Lord is a liar. Now you're saying that.
That's
Because
your
why did
time.
he say that?
That's your time, brother Shem.
Right.
Brother Ahmad, you got 5 minutes. If you want to rebut anything he was saying, your 5 minutes starting now.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to Galatians real quick. See, what people don't understand, it's a process. It's a process until it's being, like Jeremiah said, we being carried into the womb, we being born again. You feel me? In his spirit. And that's what's happening to me right now. I don't know if it's happening to y'all, but I think it's happening to y'all because y'all in this truth anyway. And you feel me? So I ain't gonna take all like it's just me. You heard me? It's just y'all going down different roads. You heard? Like, well, hopefully, I mean, the end result, we all get there. You heard? But like, what is this? What is that? What is the fullness of the time? What is the fullness of the time? Oh, foolish Galatians, whoever be with you, you hear? Hold on, but what is the fullness of the time? Hold on, that's 4.
Yeah, just let me
All
know the
right.
precept so I
Now
can
I
pull it up
say
on the
that he
screen.
is the higher as long as he's a child, different from nothing from a serpent. And this is another thing that Christ was doing. This is why he was washing his people's feet and all that. You heard? He let you know that we all equal. You heard? And this is the thing we under. This is what he was trying to bring in. You know what I mean? He was trying to bring them in, but like, and the fullness of the gospel wouldn't get taught until he was glorified. It say that, you know what I mean? It say that. It say that the fullness of the gospel won't get, I mean, be all the way born, and that's why it was a progression of the gospel in in when Peter got his vision, and I mean, and then they had the Jerusalem Council. It was a progression of the gospel. But look, now I say that the higher as long as he is a child, differeth nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all. But he is under tutors, governors until the time appointed of the Father. Even so when we were children, we were under bondage under the elements of the world. But when the fullness of the time was come, what is the fullness of the time? That's when that process was over. You heard? That's what the fullness of the time was. When that process of bringing us to him and into the spirit, that's what that is. That's what the fullness of the time is. It can't be really, you know what I mean, disputed because like, or what else is you talking about? The fullness of the time. The fullness of the time. You know what I mean? We was under that law, and you can't see Christ without that law. You heard? You can't see Christ without that law because you see what's going on. You see the process. Know what I mean? And this is why people say that the Most High changed not. They say, damn, every word that proceeded out the Lord God mouth. But if you saying that, and then he don't change, and that every word we gotta go by every law that proceeded out of the Lord God's mouth, then you also saying that we gotta keep the vegan laws that Adam got. Oh, you saying, I mean, we gotta like, I mean, it's a process and laws switched. And he was, I mean, we was with milk, and he started us, and he started giving us meat, and this is meat of the spirit. You heard? And when was we for the fullness of the time was when we was ready to receive this meat. You heard? Of the spirit. You heard? But everybody ain't there yet. You heard? So I already know. Everybody ain't there yet. To understand, I mean, the meat of this.
Yep, you got 2 minutes left. You want to digress those?
and give it to the brother Shem, or you want to keep going?
Trying to think if I could lay a couple more points real quick. Nah, I'm gonna give it up. Okay, that's nothing. It's
Okay,
all good though.
if you
I love the
can,
brothers, man.
if you can, just show the same respect of muting your mic and letting brother Shem rock out with his
All
5
right,
minutes.
I'm gonna mute my mic right now.
Yep, the time gonna start now. 5 minutes, brother
All right,
Shem.
go ahead.
I just want to mention Galatians 4 and 5. But when the fullness of the time was come, God sent forth his son, made of a woman, made under the law. And then it says to redeem them that were under the law, that we might receive the adoption of the son. This doesn't say that the law is abolished, but rather that Yahawah came to redeem us as Israelites under the law. Now you mentioned about the vegan law. Give me Psalms 147, verse 19 through 20, real quick, if you don't mind, or I'll pull it out myself.
Let me get there. You said
Okay,
Psalm 147, verse 19.
Yes, sir.
Gotta remember this for future
I
edification.
must respect that. I respect y'all decorum and all that. This is like the best talk I had since, because other niggas be trying to say I'm clout chasing and shit, and
Nah,
they be
brother, we
putting me.
just talking. We just talking.
Yeah, we
Now
talking. That's why I love this shit right here. We
you
can do this
mentioned
all day.
about the laws that was given to Adam, right? Now I just want to specific. I just want to make this in specific, right? Psalm 147, verse 19 through 20. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He have not
Yeah, it's a
dealt so
different
with
law. It's a
any
different law.
nation.
Go ahead.
And as for his judgment, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahawah. So the laws that we do not keep, right? Salaki, the laws that he gave to us, we must fulfill those laws. Now, I want to make emphasis on that is because we're not talking about we're not talking
Christ
about
fulfills the
we're not
ministry.
talking about we're not talking about the laws that he gave to Adam. We ain't talking about the laws that he gave to Abraham. We specifically talking about the laws that he gave to Moses on that mountain. We talking about the laws that he gave to Moses when Moses came down and taught us. That's the laws that we were talking about. Now, I want to go to Revelation 14, verse 12. Now, you mentioned that the laws are done away with, right? You mentioned that Yahawah and nailed the laws to the cross. Well,
All
why
right,
in the
now you talk
world
about a whole
was
different law in what you
hold
talking
on,
about. You
hold
talking about
on,
his commandments, but
hold
all
on.
right, go ahead.
You ain't give me my 5, brother. Hold on. Revelation 14 and 12. He said, here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Yahawah. Now, we got to keep the commandments and have the faith in Yahawah. That's how we make it to the kingdom. So you can't say that the law's done away with. You can't say that the commandments done away with. We got to
But
keep
what
those laws.
commandments? It's the
Hold on,
commandments of
hold on. I'm
him.
about to
It's
give you.
not.
I'm about to
It's
give it
not
to
the
you. I'm about
Moses
to hold
commandments.
on.
Go ahead, though, bro.
Hold on. Now, you mentioned about Paul. You kept bringing Paul, and I just want to ask you this: do you
Paul, my
realize
favorite
that?
apostle.
Hold on,
I
I know,
shared so much with him.
I got you. Get what Paul said. Romans 13, verse 9. Get what he said. He says that for this thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, thou shalt not covet. What those commandments that your beloved Paul, right, that you clearly put over the mouth of Yahawah, right, who you clearly disregarding what Yahawah said, don't go by man's word, but go by God's word, right? Man should not live by bread alone, right? Where did Paul get those commandments from, brother? He
He
got it
got
from
him from the
Exodus
law that was
20. He
committed,
got
that
it.
was
He
wrote on
got it.
your
No.
heart. It was
I
before the
gave you
law
your
of
5. Hold
Moses.
on, brother. Hold on. I gave you 5, bro. Chill.
All
Wait a
right, go
minute.
ahead, bro.
Paul got these from the law of Moses. He got these
No,
from
he
the
didn't.
Mosaic laws. You say no, he didn't? Let's prove it. Exodus 20.
Cause Well, the Gentiles is
Hold on,
keeping the
brother
same
Ahmad.
laws,
Exodus 20.
Hold
right?
on, brother
Exodus
Ahmad.
20.
You're gonna have to mute up. Mute up.
Exodus 20,
All right, I
right?
got
Let's talk about it. Let's expound. He said, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Ding. Thou shalt not make thee any graven image or any likeness of anything but him. You already know that, right? Guess what he also said? Guess what he also said too, brother? And it's just crazy. It's just crazy how when we just go to the scripture talk for itself. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them nor serve them, for I the Lord am a jealous God, visiting the iniquities of the father. So he constantly mentioned about the law. He said, thou shalt, Exodus 20 verse 12, honor thy father and thy mother, and thy days be long upon the land which the Lord thy God give thee. That's the same thing what Yahawah was mentioning to the Israelites when he was telling them about the law of Moses. Then the law of Moses also said, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery. Is that not the same commandment that Paul was saying in Romans 13:9? Where it says, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness. All these are located from the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 13 through 17. It literally is that. And my thing is this too. I fool with my boy Paul. I love Paul. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9. Surely you know that the wicked will not possess God's kingdom. Do not fool yourself. People who are immoral or worship idols. Let's go back to that Exodus 20. What it says, thou shalt not have no other gods before me. That's the law of Moses right there that Paul mentioned. And then it said, or worship idol, or it said, or adultery. Let's go back to Exodus 20, verse 14. Thou shalt not commit adultery. That's the law right there. Let's go to or sexual, homosexual perverts. Let's go to that. What's that? Leviticus? Hold on. Let's go with that real quick. Hold on one second. I got that. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 19. This is actually part of the Mosaic law too, if you don't know, brother. If a man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death, and their blood shall be upon them. Now, this is your boy saying that, guess what? If we don't keep these commandments that God has mentioned to us, we shall not possess God's kingdom. Now, you put Paul over Christ's word so much, which is blasphemous. Why is Paul telling the Israelites, the church of Corinthians, that we must keep God's laws? Now, my last thing is this too. I want to just mention Deuteronomy 33, verse 1 through 2. I want to just expound on that real quick. I just, and tell me how long I have, brother Ahmad. How long?
Go
Okay,
ahead. I want to jump on real
I see
quick
I got
before
slow.
you make me
Deuteronomy
forget my
33.
subject real quick.
Deuteronomy 33, verse
You
1 and 2.
messed
And
up.
this is the blessing wherewith Moses, the man of God, blessed the children of Israel before his death. And he said, Yahawah came from Sinai and rose up from Seir unto them. He shined forth from Mount Paran, and he came with 10,000 of the saints from his right hand, and went a fiery law for them. Come on now, you
For
can't make
them,
this
not
up.
for us. For them, not for us.
You cannot make this up.
Can
My
I get
thing
on?
is this. My thing is this. It's
For them,
important.
not for us.
It's important for us to always follow Matthew chapter 4. It said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God. You putting Paul over Christ. You putting Paul over Christ. And my thing is this. We just read what your favorite prophet said, right? If it seems like they don't come in
That's
different
my boy
scriptures,
Paul, yo. That's my boy
I'm just
Paul, yo.
excited to talk about the scripture. I love talking about the scripture. But if you coming, if you coming for if you're saying that Paul, right, is saying is going against what Yahawah saying, why is Paul telling the church of Corinthians to keep these Mosaic laws? Why is he saying that? Once again, we just went brick by brick about what Paul said about the Mosaic law when he talks about a person, a homosexual can't enter into the kingdom. Adultery can't enter into the kingdom. If you worship idol gods, you can't enter into the kingdom. So let me ask you this: what is sin? Transgression of the law. We already know that, right? That's in 1 John. So, if can a person not make it? Can a person Can a person not make it to the kingdom if they don't have the faith in Yahawah?
All right, that's gonna be the first question to start off y'all back and forth. Y'all got 10 minutes of asking each other questions back and forth.
Okay. All right, that's my first question. Can a person make it to the kingdom without believing in Yahawah, which is the first law that Yahawah gave to Moses, that God gave to Moses? Can they make it to the kingdom without keeping that first law, brother?
The first law don't got nothing to do with the other laws.
How come? If it said in Revelation 14:12, let me go back and read that. Revelation 14 verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and have the faith of Yahawah. If the first law says that thou shalt not have no idols, thou shalt not put no other gods before me, can that person make it into the kingdom without keeping that first law? You said we only got to follow 2 commandments, right? Well, if Revelation said that we got to keep the first law and having faith in Yahawah, how in the hell can a person make it to the kingdom? How? That's my question, and I'm about to mute my mic.
Because it's different commandments. You feel me? Like, that's why I like the Cornelius debate, because it kind of like let you know that these people were so assimilated into Greek culture and stuff like that they couldn't fathom the fact that they could be, you know what I mean, with working the same jobs, even though they was Israelites. You feel me? But that's a whole different discussion. But I mean, on some real shit though, hold on. Damn, I want to find this. I'm gonna go into John. I'm gonna go into John 3:6 real quick. I think it's John 3:6. Hold on. Damn, I should have been more prepared. Hold on. Shit good. No, I'm about to bring it up real quick.
While you bring it up, I just also want to mention, I want you to also just think about this, Luke chapter 16, verse 17. But it is easier for heaven and earth to disappear than for the smallest detail of the law to be done away with. So
let's go there.
I'm about to mute my mic. I just want you to just think about that. I'm about to mute my mic though. I'm about to mute my mic.
All right, we're gonna go there. Before I even go to my other subject, we're gonna go there. Boom. So all right. That was their world. Israel was their world. And that's another thing when Romans 9, when he was talking about Esau, Edom, because they was they was posing as Jews, if you know anything about John Hyrcanus and all that. You feel me? They was posing as Jews and all that. And that was their world. Their world ended in a symbolic way. You heard? Their world ended in a symbolic way. And that's 2 prophecies in one. That's what it is. It's 2 prophecies in one. And they world ended in a symbolic way. Israel was done up with. And that's why another reason that law got, because niggas couldn't do it under their fleshly, under their carnality. You feel me? Niggas couldn't do it. Niggas was trying to use it to their advantage and shit like that. It ain't gonna happen right until Christ come back. You heard? When niggas gonna have righteous judgment. You heard? And that's why he took it away, man. That's why we got this now, man. Go ahead.
So if he keeps now, right? I'm not calling you a liar, but what it seemed like to me, now you're trying to make Yahawah seem like a liar as well, right? Because my thing is this: if he said, you keep on saying that the law is done away with, why in Jeremiah 31 verse 31 he said, "Behold, the days come, saith Yahawah, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah." Now, I want us to stop right there. A covenant is a promise. So therefore, Israel, we're still God's chosen people. And I'm about to continue to prove this. And I want you to answer this question.
Why is
It said,
Christ a
not
stumbling
according,
block?
hold on, wait.
And
Not
he's
according to
foolishness unto the
hold on,
Jews because they was waiting for the
I
carnal
still got,
shit.
I
They
answer my
wasn't
question.
waiting for the spiritual shit. That's why he's a stumbling block. You heard?
So
That's why he's a stumbling block, a rock of offense, because they couldn't
so
understand it, because they was trying to
so
see it through that law. They was
so
trying
why
to
is
earn
this
their
then?
way.
So why is this? Verse 33. But this shall be a covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith Yahawah, I will put my law in their inward parts and write in their hearts, and I will be their gods, and they shall be my people. Why is Yahawah gonna still put the laws on us to keep when we in the kingdom? Now you're mentioning about this too. I want you to just answer this question for me. You says that it's spiritual and everybody can get salvation in Israel, and you know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
believe that. I don't believe that. I believe it's a seed, and I believe that it's complete.
You
That
could
the
believe that
seed
it's
can
complete.
only get it.
So
You
let me
feel
ask you
me? I
this.
believe that. I
Uh-huh.
believe that. I believe that. I only believe Israel could be saved,
Okay.
All
Oh, okay.
praises to the
and
All
that was
Most
praises. All
static.
High.
So
praises.
I only
All
believe that.
praises to
All
the
praises.
Most
I
High.
don't believe
All
all that. I
praises,
don't
all
believe.
praises.
Yeah.
Kwam
All praises.
Yasharala.
I believe that salvation in the biblical context
Uh-huh.
is talking about Israel being delivered from their enemies and being
Okay.
able to reign. You
Uh-huh.
feel me?
Uh-huh.
And able to reign, and we don't have no white man on our side telling us what
Okay.
to do,
All
like
praises.
everybody else want. Niggas want a white man next to them, teaching them. You
Uh-huh.
feel me? And
Uh-huh.
showing them shit, because we worship the white man now,
Right. Okay.
because he got all Satan's technology right now.
Uh-huh.
So we worship him. Yeah.
So so let me ask you this. So what you mentioned about, you know what I'm saying, that was old and all this stuff, and you know what I'm saying, that when I had mentioned about that Luke, when I had brought out that Luke 16 and 17, that was old and all that, right? So so let me ask you this. You think that the covenant that God made is done away with, or what? Expound on to that.
Nah, it's different covenants. He never done away with the covenant of Abraham. That's a whole different covenant that he made with Moses. You feel
Okay,
me?
Salaki. If y'all gonna
He
get into
never
the
done away
covenant,
with the covenant that he going, know what I mean, with
all right,
Abraham.
that's perfect. If y'all want to get into the covenant, brother Ahmad, you could go ahead and open up with 5 to 10 minutes with your understanding of what the old covenant versus the new covenant is. And then we're gonna have Brother Azariah step up with his
I
introduction.
just want to jump into circumcision.
I
Matter of
got
fact,
that
I'm gonna just jump
circumcision.
into
That's
circumcision.
what I was just about to say. I
You
got
want to
that
go to
circumcision.
circumcision?
Yeah, con.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we can go in that order. If we're gonna go ahead and switch topics, um,
I
we
ain't even
can
gonna
do.
bring up the scripture because I don't know. But nah, I
Hey,
know y'all know what
hey,
scripture I'm talking about.
yeah, I'm gonna pull your
Nah,
precepts for
man.
you. You gonna have to be pretty fast messing with me.
All right,
And I
I'm
say
gonna
that
just
in the
get
most
into it. I'm
humble
gonna get
way.
into it. This is what Paul
But
is talking about. Just like
hey,
he's talking
Shalakia,
about.
hey, brother Weeks.
All
Let,
right,
let,
bro.
me, let me deal with you real
All right,
quick.
I got you,
Uh,
bro.
man, to all things, you got to get a most high to glory. So can you give me a chance to get a glory to the most high before we just jump in this so I can decrease and increase him?
All praises to the Most High. Yo. All praises.
Right? And let me give all praises to the most
It
high.
ain't
Just
none of us. It's I mean, what he
brother,
painting us, that's he painting in us.
brother
We don't
Ahmad,
got nothing to do
me and you before we go forward, I got a couple of things I gotta ask you, brother.
with
Right?
it. So y'all gonna keep
So
me confused. That's what y'all do. That's
hey,
what niggas be doing, keep me confused into like a million subjects. Y'all gotta stop doing that.
you done, brother?
It's like, nah, I don't think y'all against me though. But nah,
You
brothers
done.
that be
Let me
against
know
me,
when
they
you're
just
done.
bring up a million subjects. They bring up a million subjects, and I like, I mean, but nah, go ahead, bro.
You done?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
All right. So try not to reflect your opinions or preconceived notions off of me, because I'm gonna keep you so boxed in on the topic that we got at hand that I'm willing to pay you $100 if I go off track. You got that? Huh? Ha ha. Right?
I
So
need
my
$100 right now.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
can't.
yeah,
I'm
yeah. And,
fucking.
and, and you can get it. You can get it if your preconceived notion, which is a lie, becomes true.
All right, go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So my first things that I want to ask you, before we get started, like the decorum that you was asking for. You see the decorum that these brothers giving you. The
Yeah, I
first thing that
respect
I
it. Yo,
see,
I
I'm
love it.
gonna
I
tell
love
you.
it. I love it.
Yeah. So here's the problem. I'm a little bit more fire, and just like you don't like to get cut off, but you cutting people off.
Yeah,
You
bro.
might, you might, you might, you might get a different outcome with me, man. You literally, I was sitting there trying to count, I lost count, right? You cut this brother off so many times, but
My
you
bad.
you hear, you demonstrating the Christ that you know, and quite frankly, this decorum that we getting from the law and from the scriptures that we read is demonstrating that if you wanted to convince us to come to your side of the fence, the decorum that you got from your beliefs and what you into, we don't like the fruits of it. So if you can make it look a little bit better, we'll be a little bit more convinced because it's what it's resulting in is an extreme lack of discipline. So please
Yeah, I'm
try
from the
not to cut me
streets. I
off.
got, I got. I'm from the
You just
streets. I
cut me
got a
off
little bit
again.
of.
So I'm
I
trying to
got some
see
shit
if
to
you're
work
gonna
on.
be
You
able to
heard?
actually make it in a conversation with me. I'm literally asking you to get you a pen and some paper, right? It's to the point where if you send me your address, I'm gonna send you the
Hey, yo,
fattest
we gonna have to
index
do that
rules.
shit again, yo. Heard? Because know why? Because I'm on a wheelchair. I'm fucking. You heard? You know I got hit by a car. I told y'all that.
Con, con,
Right?
con. Is your wheelchair causing you to interrupt men in the midst of their speech?
No, it's not.
All right. So, like I said, brother, this finna go pretty fast. I ain't finna bring up a bunch of subjects. I think with you bouncing that off of me, that's pretty much a preconceived notion or a lie, however you want to package it. Whatever make you feel good. I'm
I
asking
wanted
you.
to answer a question
You
you just
just cut
asked
me
him.
off
I'm
again. We
almost
not even discussing nothing. And you it say all right. So you know what Paul said. He said if any man can't bridle his tongue, that man's religion is false. Do you agree with him?
James said that.
James, okay, so or do you agree with James?
Yeah, I agree with him.
Can you bridle your tongue?
Yeah, I got you, bro.
Have you demonstrated it?
I'm gonna put some peanut butter on my. You know
Yeah,
what
so
I
but
mean?
at the current moment, according to James, your religion is false, right?
No, I want to have decorum, respect everything. You heard?
Well, no, I heard you say it. You sound like the people that say these people worship me with their lips, but their heart are not far from me, which is what you about to have to deal with the circumcision. I
All
understand
right,
that you
that's what I want to
circumcision.
go into
Look,
the
bro. All right, hey,
circumcision.
I'm done beating up. I understand. I could tell right now you're not gonna be able to maintain the discipline from the Christ that you know. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So call me a prophet because I just predicted that you don't have the discipline to bridle your tongue. But we gonna continue for the sake of time of this video. So starting off, I'm gonna give Call Halal Yahawah, Bahashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. That's all praises to Yahweh in the name of his son. I mean, in the name of Yahweh Shai, right? So I just want to make sure that he glorified in this. And going forward, this is where, if I clip this video out, I wanted to start right here. So we talking about circumcision. You let me know if you want the floor first.
Nah, I'm gonna let them get the floor.
You gonna let me get the floor first.
Yeah.
All right.
You believe it's required? You believe it's required under the new law?
No.
All right. So we
Yeah,
agree.
yeah. No, we don't agree. Because you don't understand my answer. And I'm about to demonstrate why
All
I
right. Go
say
ahead.
no.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna demonstrate why I say no. It's not required to get circumcised, but if you have faith, right, your faith is gonna cause work to manifest. That's why I said no. So even while I'm saying no, even if I said no to you today, and tomorrow came about, right? But when I told you no today, I was uncircumcised. I would tell you no and get circumcised tomorrow because
Why was Paul reluctant?
my faith is gonna lead me to do the works the best that I can. So I'm gonna end up telling you no and still end up circumcised, just so you make sure you understand that we're not saying the same thing.
Why was Paul reluctant to circumcising Timothy? He said it though in his letters because if you
I don't.
circumcise, you're falling from grace. But he was talking
Hey,
about other
brother
stuff.
Iman, are we officially in this or what? Because I can see now he not gonna be able to bridle his tongue. Is we gonna go kind of off road or what?
Nah,
That is what I was that is what I was kind of waiting on. But if y'all gon' if you don't feel like you need a whole opening, I guess y'all could go ahead and start a back and forth dialogue, because that's what it seemed like it's going into. Unless brother Ahmad feels like he got 5 minutes worth of opening up on this topic.
All right, bet. So this what we gonna do. Brother Ahmad, you ask me the hardest questions you can concerning circumcision.
I'm gonna just put this. I mean, let me go to the scripture. Now it's talking about. Oh damn, I'm taking too long. Oh, it's talking about if you circumcise, you falling from grace. But nah, this is what it is though. You feel me? Just like when Paul be talking about
Hey, Shalakia, you mind if I cut you off like you did me? I'm gonna give you your precept. You're looking for Galatians chapter 5, verse 2.
nah, all right, but listen, yeah.
That's the precept
You
you're
can you
looking
can
for.
you can say it, you can say it right now.
Yeah, go
You can
go
say it,
read
and then
it.
I'm
Go
gonna
read
go.
it and see if that's not what you're looking for. I'm helping you out. I'm gonna speed you up. I told you that was gonna happen. And
Damn,
start building your point from there, because I already understand your understanding. I've already experienced this line of questioning.
Oh, all right. Go ahead.
Could you please read it out so the whole body will be edified as well, brother?
All right, hold on. I put the phone down. Yeah. Galatians 5 verse 2. Yeah. And you falling from grace. You know what I mean? Because you like it was when if you go into like when he started talking about your conscience, when he circumcised Timothy, he circumcised and pushed forth the gospel. It wasn't about his conscience. It wasn't about that his conscience was about keeping the law. You heard? It was about spreading the gospel and that he was under, I mean, he was under the rest. Niggas was about to, I mean, stone him to death. You heard?
Yeah, so he
In
so he
that
buckled under
situation.
pressure. So Paul buckled under pressure, under
Yes, he
Jewish
did. And
influence.
many times, and he even said it in Corinthians 9. First Corinthians 9. He said that when he around the Jews, he acted like the Jews. And then I asked the brother, like, because he buckled under pressure another time. When he was like, when he said, what did he say to King Agrippa? But then in Romans 9, he said they vessels of wrath fitted for destruction. You heard? So how is he saying that he could be saved and be a Christian like him and all that? But then he say they a vessel of wrath fitted for destruction. Y'all don't understand that the Edomites became, I mean, as Jews at that time, and I mean, they was leading. You heard? That's what he was talking about. Not all Israel are of Israel, and that some of the
Hey brother,
Israelites was
I'm
scattered.
gonna let you know.
Some of the Israelites was scattered. You heard?
Yeah,
And that
let me speed
everybody
you up,
wasn't
bro.
in the land.
Let me speed you up. So you ain't
All
gotta
right,
run
bro.
the Hasmonean dynasty or John Hyrcanus by me, right?
Yeah, that's my bro. Howard. Now, Howard
I
Kane is just a
understand.
bullshit.
So guess what? You just put the ball in my court, right? Because that means that you need the Apocrypha. That means that you understand the Hellenistic lens through the Greek history that's recorded in the book of Maccabees. Correct?
Yeah, I fuck
Because
with
that's the
Maccabees
time
a
period
little
that you're
bit, but
talking
I don't
about, which
really
is
fuck with it because I don't
actually,
believe it's inspired.
and
But the
by the way,
historical value of it, I respect that. You heard?
yeah. So let's open up with this, brother. So here go the historical value of the book of Maccabees. Because you asked a question earlier, what is the uncircumcision? And my first answer, right? I'm gonna give my pseudo answer to just kind of give you my understanding, and then we're gonna deal in the scriptures and let the scriptures bring it out. You got a physical circumcision that does you no good if you don't clean up your insides. But first off, I'm gonna show you a physical uncircumcision just in case you didn't know it was there. But just in case you try to play like you already knew, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to tell me where the physical uncircumcision is in First Maccabees. Do you know?
Nah, I'm
You
saying,
don't. So you
all
about
right,
to
go ahead,
learn
go ahead.
something. You about to learn something. Can you
Hey,
admit
y'all got
that?
a piss bad as hell. Hold on, I got. I'm in a
Hey,
wheelchair too. This shit
man,
crazy.
hey, bro, take your time. Roll that bad boy up to a desk or something, man. Sit that laptop as flat as you
Hey, yo,
can.
this shit
Hey,
crazy. This wheelchair gang.
yeah, and get the
Hey,
longest
I
extension
feel
cords you can
bad for
find, man.
niggas
Make sure
that's
your battery
permanently
don't
in
go
this
dead.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, projection. Can you put First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 15 on the screen? I understand it's not in the touch Bible.
Hey, yo, let me piss real quick. I like this shit though. I love this shit. I ain't even gonna
It's
lie. I
all
love this.
good. It's all good.
Cause
You just
y'all good
interrupt people
people. I
too
can tell
much,
that.
and
I can tell
I would advise you not to ask for decorum because you're not quite there yet.
that.
Hey, while he taking care of that, can we get First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 15 on the screen? Uh, Good News Translation, if you can, because I think it explicitly goes in and does the work for us. So right now, for the future viewers, if we make this go public, uh, right now I'm about to demonstrate an answer to the question of what is the difference between circumcision and uncircumcision. So, in the simplest form, uncircumcision is, and where in the physical form, uncircumcision is when you got a earthworm, right? And circumcision is when you get rid of your earthworm, right? So projection. Anybody there? Everybody mic muted. So if somebody talking, I can't hear you. Uh, is it any way possible we can get First Maccabees 1 and 15 on the screen while this brother is using the bathroom?
Yeah. Y'all see if you can get that projection screen share back.
Con. Wait, do it need to be added back on stage or what's up? What happened?
It should be down at the bottom,
Hold on.
like share. But if you own that device, you can hit share, and then it got the different modalities where like you'll see the setup
Yeah,
where you can put the icons at the bottom on the side or both sides, whatever.
here you go. I had to
Con,
add them back. There you go.
All right. And then the screen that you share, you're gonna have to change the selection of it to be another tab or another browser.
Hold on, my bad. You want it? You want it? Screen like this or the other one?
It really don't matter. I just want this precept on the screen. Period.
Okay.
Just period. It don't even matter.
Yeah, brother Mon, he set it up. He about to add it now. There you go. All right, I'm gonna make it like
And I'm looking for
yeah,
preferably the GNT because we got to make this for babes, right?
yeah. All right.
Yeah, y'all fuck with the GNT. I was reading that in prison. Good News Bible. They ain't had a King James, so I was reading that.
First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 15. So right here, this how we gonna do this. Once we read this, brother Ahmad, I want you to exegesis this precept right here. Tell me what's going on. And then I want to know, is this a physical uncircumcision that results from these actions? The floor is yours.
Come on.
Khan, can you see the screen?
All right, surgery reform. They had surgery reform to hide the. Oh yeah, that was called the Damn, I forgot what that shit was called. The Espos, some shit. God, Espos. Yeah, where they will cut they skin and make it look like they was uncircumcised.
Yeah. So would you
Epispasm.
would you
That's what
say
it's
that their
called. The
actions
epispasm.
resulted? would you say that their actions resulted in the physical uncircumcision?
No, people was physically doing that shit to themselves.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So did they get
Epispasm.
a
That's what it's
did
called. Epispasm.
yeah, yeah. Did they physically try to surgically reverse their circumcision to look like uncircumcision?
Mm-hmm.
Is that no? Was that
Because they,
or uh-huh?
yeah, because they used to have to exercise naked. You heard? That's what the Greeks used to make them do. I remember
Right,
that.
right, right. And you can get that in First Maccabees chapter 4, I believe. Trust me, I'm on top of it. So am I
Yeah, I know
demonstrating
this
to
shit. I
yeah,
might not know every verse and chapter, but I'll be knowing this shit. You heard?
yeah, I hear you, brother. So did if you ask me what is an uncircumcision or show you uncircumcision in our historical texts pertaining to the Hebrews, pertaining to the Hasmonean dynasty, pertaining to the time period related to High Priest John Hyrcanus, would you say this information right here would suffice?
I would say I believe that history. I
All
believe
right.
that history
So we took
because
care of the physical
it goes
circumcision,
with
right?
it correlates with know what I mean, with the Bible.
Man, it's hard to
Like the
roll
Bible
fast.
is my foundation of truth. You hear me? Anything else, that's how I measure everything up. If it don't go with that doctrine of Christ and stuff like that, then I don't measure up.
Yeah,
But nah,
so
that measure up.
yeah,
That
of course it
measure up.
does. Of course it does, because it's the King James Bible, right?
Yeah, that measures up.
Yeah, yeah. This is in the King James Bible. So if you get a King James or 1611, or if you get the King James Apocrypha, this is the text that King James and his scholars that he ordered to be translated. Right. So anyway, we stand on this way too long. I just showed you circumcision becoming uncircumcision. You already agreed to that. So now that we dealt with the physical, I already told you that a physical circumcision can't get you the kingdom. Right. You agree with me, right?
Yes, absolutely,
Right.
100%, bro.
So just so you understand, I think it's gonna be a lot of brothers that get the lake with the skin cut off of their penis. Don't get
Yeah.
it twisted. All right. So check this out. We
And
gonna keep on.
the only reason that he did Timothy was because the Jews was pressing him. You're,
Yeah. So
but
so
he
far you
didn't
ain't.
want to
Hey,
do it
you
to
not even
nobody
putting up a
else. If
fight
you
right
read
now,
it,
brother. You just agreeing to everything I'm saying so far. So let's see.
yeah,
Let's see if
I'm
we.
agree with what you're
Yeah.
saying if it's right.
Yeah.
You're, I'm agree with
Yeah.
it.
So let's
I'm
keep
not gonna
going.
go
Right.
on
So this what we
because it
gonna
ain't
do.
a beef. It ain't a beef. I'm
This what we gonna
trying.
do right here. All right. So I'm gonna start off
All right, go ahead.
with Christ. I'm gonna start off with Christ first, because the circumcision is always related to Christ. Everything got to point back to Christ. All the glory go to Christ, right? So he can glorify the Father. I'm gonna reopen up with Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 1 through 2 again, just to make sure that this did not fly over your head. Right? And now we about
Scripture.
to exegesis
You
this,
said
right? And then
Deuteronomy
we
what?
go 33, verse 1 through 2.
All right.
Can we get that on the screen projection?
Deuteronomy
And why projection
33
is
verse
getting that,
2.
since you have so much history on the Hasmonean dynasty, and you know that them brothers was wearing the hat, the ivy leaf crown, and all this stuff, and in the Greek way of life, they was walking around these gymnasiums naked and stuff like that. What was the biggest reason that caused Jacob's seed to reverse their circumcision? What was the influence on them to do that?
Roman and Greeks,
Okay, all
Antiochus
right.
Epiphanes, and all that.
Cool. So Greek influence, they wanted to be like the Greeks. They wanted to be like the Edomites. They wanted to be like their oppressors, right?
Yeah, we do
So,
that shit now.
so
We
yeah,
motherfucking trying to outdo these niggas.
I
We
just
trying to
showed you.
outdo them in
Hey,
their
but
evil.
just make sure you keep note, bro. I just showed you circumcision becoming uncircumcision, right? Just don't forget that. But you already knew it anyway. Let's get Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 1 and 2. I'm gonna read it. We gonna take this real slow, brother Ahmad. You can cut me off. Please don't cut the scriptures off, right? This
Nah,
is
I fucks with you,
Deuteronomy.
bro. Don't get it
Yeah,
fucked up, nigga. I fucks with you, bro. You heard?
I do too,
We
brother.
good.
And I
We
think I
good.
already
Tell you.
demonstrated that. I
I love
already
you.
demonstrated that. I love you too. Ahaba Atha Akiyam. Right? So this
All
is
right,
this is
sir.
Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 1. It said, "These are the blessings that Masha, the man of Alahayim, pronounced to the people of Yasharallah before he died." Verse 2, it says, Yahawah came from Mount Sinai. He rose like the sun over
Probably.
Edom and shone on his people from Mount Paran.
Probably. Yeah.
All right, so let's stop right there. Because prophecy
I know.
is what undoes your train of thought. What is happening in verse 2? Exegesis that for me. Because I'm under the understanding that prophecy is your weakness. So you break down verse 2 for me.
All right, hold on. Let me go there. You said Deuteronomy on what?
33 verse 2.
Oh, I got that already highlighted. And he said, the Lord came from Sinai and rose up from Seir unto them. And he shine forth from Mount Paran, and he came with 10,000 of his saints from his right hand with a fiery law for them. I'm saying that was at that time, man.
Yeah, so priest, projection, give me Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9.
All right, go ahead. I'm gonna let you rob. I'm gonna let you cook, my boy.
Oh yeah, I'm cooking. It ain't gonna be nothing but precepts. Now I'm gonna let you break them down. Verse,
Ecclesiastes what?
chapter 1, verse 9.
Yeah, I like to let y'all niggas take me to where I gotta go. Because I could break I usually, you know what I mean? Let's get in the New Testament though. Let's get in the new covenant.
Yeah. I'm
Why
gonna
is
show. I'm
we
gonna
back
show it to
here?
you. I'm gonna show it to you in the New
Why
Testament.
is we
Easy.
back
That's
here,
easy.
yo?
That's
Why is
easy.
we back in the old covenant, my nigga?
The same reason why you would want to have a debate on creation.
Hey yo, and niggas be mad at me when I be saying nigga, you know what I mean? But you already know.
No, I ain't
That
getting
mean my
mad. I
brother,
gave
bro.
you my answer. Don't let that fly over your head. The same reason why you would want to have a debate over day 5 or 6 in creation is the same reason why we in Ecclesiastes. Now, let's continue forward. Can you
Damn,
read
I can't even find it.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9? And you break it down to me and tell me what it means.
Damn, that shit after Judges. Huh? Ecclesiastes chapter what?
1 verse 9. One, I want to know, is it true? And I want to know what prophecies does it apply to?
I'm so busy in the New Testament. I don't know how to find that shit. New Old Testament shit.
Well, you need to read Romans chapter 15. He said the things that was written aforetime was written
I
for
already
our learning,
understand.
that we
Yeah,
through the
it's for us.
scriptures.
Yeah,
You
and just
understand what
like
I'm
it's a
saying?
it's a it's a
So
verse in
I'm gonna listen to
it's a
Paul.
verse in First Corinthians that say that shit same shit
Exactly.
that
So
you heard.
look, why you ain't putting up a fight, brother? You just agreeing with me everywhere I go, because I got a literal rebuttal in the New Testament and the Old Testament for everything you say. So we gonna follow Romans chapter
Now I'm
15 or
agree
chapter
with where I
14,
agree at.
and
You
we gonna
heard?
read what's in the past so
I'm
we can
agree with
learn.
where I agree at, but I'm gonna disagree with where I disagree at, bro. We under different law, bro, and I'm telling you, bro, we under different law.
Yeah, cool. Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9. I hate when precepts come out this slow. You real slow with your Bible. Come on.
Ecclesiastes, oh man, slow as hell, my bad. Ecclesiastes.
It's on the screen.
I'm in Samuel. I'm in Kings. Hold on, Ecclesiastes. Oh yeah, it's right around Proverbs. It's before Proverbs, right? After Proverbs. Damn, take long as hell. How the fuck I don't remember? See, I don't be in the Old Testament like that. See, I ain't gonna lie, man. I've been home.
All
I've
right,
been home like,
I'm gonna help you out, bro. I'm gonna help you out. You okay with that?
damn, it's after the book of Job. I'm tripping.
Hey, Hey, slow down, brother. I'm finna read it for you. We ain't got this kind of time. All right. The
All
book of
right.
Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 9 says, what has happened before will
All right,
happen.
I know that. I know that. I should have known that anyway.
Okay. Do
Yeah.
you agree? Do you agree with that?
And that's why we understand through history, through the reviewing of history, that I mean we in these same conditions and that we in these same times,
Yeah,
and that's
but
how
that
we
ain't
get
got
the
nothing to
spirit
do with
here.
Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 1 and 2. Let's get back to it. Now, I want to know,
All
is
right,
this just going to
Deuteronomy.
happen once, or this is something that has happened that's going to
It's gonna
happen
happen
again?
again and again, and it's
All
gonna happen
right,
again
bet,
into the
bet. Oh,
end
so you
times,
still
and
ain't
then
putting
it's
up
gonna
no fight.
be.
All right, so let's go back to Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 1 and 2. You just admitted that this is going to happen again. Now, let's go back to verse 2 and let's run this prophecy again.
I
Because
got
guess
you, bro.
what? Guess what? You just said it's gonna happen again. Let's exegete it and break it down. I'm gonna get back to this circumcision, and I'm finna roll the rest of these
Yeah,
circumcision precepts
because he
out.
going he gonna roll everything out at one time, and everything is gonna happen. You feel me? In a grand finale, is we gonna have Sodom and Gomorrah. We gonna have everything. You heard?
Rejection. Babylon is Sodom and Gomorrah now, according to
Yeah, we
Revelation.
gonna have
Yeah.
Babylon. We gonna have Sodom and
Projection. Can
Gomorrah.
we
We
get
gonna have everything
Deuteronomy
that
chapter
happened
33
ever.
and let's speed this brother up.
All right, I got you, bro.
Man, we 3BY, man. We normally be on 50 precepts by now, man. All this sidebar and that conjecture. It's not our normal style because we like to really, really dig in the book, and you got to really be really high speed, right? Because that's
Yeah, I
what
got you,
demonstrates.
bro. My
Yeah.
bad, man. My bad. My
Well, come
bad.
on, show me
23, Deuteronomy
De-
23.
Deuteronomy chapter 33.
I gotta get practice with this shit though, bro. Like debate with my brothers and or without even debating, just like, nah, man.
This ain't no debate. We trying to read Deuteronomy chapter 33, 1 and 2.
Yeah, I'll read it right there. It's better be 33. I'm familiar with that too. That's when he talk about the Lord, and the Lord came from Sinai, rose up Seir
Be
unto
honest.
them
Be honest,
shine.
bro. Do you know what that means when it says the Lord came from Sinai, rose from Seir, and shined forth from Mount Paran? Be honest.
I want to keep it real. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you. Know what I mean, I think I know what it means, but I'm gonna let you do what you do.
I bet we're gonna say that for another day, brother, because I'm telling you, I got the answers to that. But go ahead past that right there. So these right here, you see where it says 10,000 angels were with him and a flaming fire at his right hand. Is this gonna happen again?
Yeah, the end time,
What is the flaming fire? Be careful how
the
you
law,
answer. What law?
whatever law we under at the time.
At this time right here, right? The same law you said this already happened.
It's a reason, like on the real, it's a reason, like we can't keep this law, and I knew that
That
shit
ain't the
wasn't
answer to my
pertaining.
question. I'm gonna let you keep doing the little sidebar you doing, but give me a yes or a no according to this prophecy before you do that. So answer my question, then exegesis. What you think your understanding is?
Nah, we can't keep this law.
I didn't ask
And
you, can we
this
keep it?
wasn't talking to us. This was talking to them at the time.
So is this a prophecy? And guess what? He not talking to nobody. This is past tense. This already happened. This is Moses saying they came from, it says Yahawah came from Mount Sinai, rose like the sun over Edom. Hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this to death real quick. Give me Judges chapter 5. Uh, and give me that. What was that? Habakkuk or
Oh, don't go
Micah?
to Judges chapter 5, bro. You're gonna get hurt on that one.
You
You're gonna
don't.
fall on your own
All right.
sword.
Hey, bro,
Please, man.
you're not really used to debating. I'm trying to help you sharpen your sword. When you tell me
Yeah,
something like that, yeah, when
I
you
know.
tell me something like that, what's my point in Judges chapter 5? Since you acting like I'm gonna get hurt, what am I going to Judges 5 for?
So you going to Judges 5 to say that we supposed to keep the law. And
No,
that's what that's talking about.
you are wrong again, right? So now
But
let me
she's
prove.
singing a song about his deliverance.
I don't need just that song, brother. I got a whole nother precept. And that's the thing, right? I thought Deborah was a prophet.
Yeah.
So
And
where
that's
is her
what these
prophet? So
women
wait,
want to, these
hold, whoa,
feminist
slow
women
down.
want
You
to
in the
come at
box.
with.
You in the box now. You in the box now. I thought Deborah was a prophetess. Is she or is she not? Because I'm about to give you the only prophecy she got in the entire Bible. Are you gonna say it's
But
not
how you gonna
prophecy?
make them words mean the law?
How I'm gonna
Y'all
make
gonna
them
make
words
them
what?
words mean the law? Go ahead, go ahead,
I
go ahead,
just
go ahead.
told you I'm not going here to say you gotta keep the law. I just told you that. You look, if you can't understand that, you keep that. I'm not trying to get bent up on these points right here. You
All right, I
already
got
acting
you,
like
bro. I got you.
Deborah is
I
not a
got you.
prophet.
I want to hear your understanding of it.
Yeah, yeah. It ain't no. You don't. You need to know where I'm going before you just open up and say, "Oh, you finna get cut." This and
Yeah,
that.
because we
Man,
do
you
that too much to
absolutely
each
do
other.
not know
Yeah,
what you're
we do
talking
that too
about
much
right
to
now.
each other. And my bad for the disrespect, cause I be insulted when niggas do that to me.
Oh, I'm not trying to
So,
do that. That's why I'm gonna ask you if you think I'm gonna get cut. You need to tell me where I'm going with this. And
all right, I want
you
to see
did
where you
not
going
demonstrate
first.
that.
Let
Yeah.
me
So
know where you
let's.
going first, bro. You heard? Let me know where you going first. I ain't gonna just jump to conclusions. You heard?
All right. Before we do this, I need to know your understanding. Is Deborah a prophetess?
Yes.
Where are her prophecies?
And the Most High, but I'm saying even she knew that she wasn't
Ooh,
supposed to be
slow down. You say
doing that.
her prophecies
Even
are
she
in the
knew
Most
she
High.
wasn't supposed to be doing that because she knew a man was supposed to be doing it.
Yeah, I taught you that. I watched you learn from me on that.
Oh, nah, I told my daughter that earlier because my daughter was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
because
yeah.
that's
Hey,
what they
hey,
always
be
come up
humble,
with.
bro. I watched you go and post that the next day, brother, because I know I'm working through
Oh, I
Israel right
probably
now.
did post it after my
Yeah, yeah,
daughter
yeah.
did
You
that shit
did.
to me.
Yeah, you did. You did. Well, but you done taught me some things too, brother. You just be humble and let me know that I was the first one to bring that out to you. That Deborah was operating under the guise of her husband. Come on now, don't do me like that, bro.
Yeah,
You just
and
told me you
never
love
even
me,
knew
man.
that she wasn't supposed to be doing
Okay,
that.
all
You
right.
heard?
So
Never
keep
even knew
learning
she wasn't
because
supposed to be doing that.
exactly because if you didn't know that then about Deborah, then you didn't know what I'm about to show you about Deborah. I'm finna link up some
I love you,
prophecies for
bro.
you. I'm gonna link up some prophecies for you and show you where Deborah is a prophet, right? Because we already know. Well, see, if the spirit was actually on you, you will have. If there is a spirit of prophecy. You agree? Like in Isaiah
Hey,
61, where
yo,
he
ain't
said,
nobody
"The
gonna tell me
spirit of
that
the
the
Lord is
spirit ain't on
upon
me
me."
though, you heard? Cause I
Huh?
wouldn't
Yeah.
even be on the phone with you right now if this spirit wasn't on me, bro.
Hey, but this no, I said is the spirit of prophecy on you.
Man, you
Yeah.
gonna see.
I asked you, it's the spirit of prophecy. I ain't questioning whether you got the Ruach Kodash. But look, we wasting too much time, brother. It's on the
Nah,
screen.
we
I'm gonna
good.
read it for you. These
Go ahead.
precepts taking too long to get out. Since you don't realize that Deborah is a
All right, bring it
prophetess,
up, bring it out, bring
here
it
is
out,
her
bring it out, bring it up.
prophecies, right? This proves that Deuteronomy chapter 33 is a prophecy. And just because you think it's a song, you finna have to throw away the whole book of Psalms and all them songs that predict Christ coming. Because those songs about Christ says this and that and the third gonna happen to him. And he literally used it as a book of the law of commandments for him to follow in Luke 24 and 44. When he said the things that was written in the prophets and in the law and in the Psalms concerning me. So if he had to go to some songs in the Psalms and use them for prophecy, then I can use Deborah, the prophetess's song, to prove that this is prophecy. I'm doing this because you can't understand that Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 1 and 2 is prophecy. So now I'm going to go to the prophetess and use her song like the same prophecies in Psalms and show you that this is prophecy. Let's read. This is the book
Go
of
ahead,
Judges,
brother.
chapter 5, right? Verse
Go ahead,
4.
brother.
Verse 4, it says, Yahawah, when you left the mountains of Seir and came out of the region of Edom, the earth shook and the rain fell from the sky. Yes, water poured down from the clouds. The mountains quaked before the Lord of Sinai, before the Lord, the God of Israel, right? So this is the same prophecy in this lady's song that she's speaking about. But I'm gonna tell you why I don't have to use Ecclesiastes 1 and 9 to prove that this is gonna happen again. I'm doing this to show you about the law in Deuteronomy 33. Are y'all familiar with where the other precept to this? I think it's in is it Micah or it might be Habakkuk chapter 2 or chapter 4. Come on, brothers. Y'all remember this. Do again what you did in past times, right?
Yeah, that's
And
Habakkuk chapter 3 right there, I think.
let's
Let me
get
go.
it. Let's get it. Let's bring these prophecies out to this brother because his word don't return unto him void. Isaiah chapter 34 says, "Seek ye out of the book of Yahawah and read, and you will see that none shall want their mate." You understand what I'm saying? So ain't nothing that the Most High say gonna happen, not gonna happen. And then Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9 says, the things that happened before gonna happen again. So if you only see this thing happening once in history, because the Edomites ain't been in no other form of slavery since history, right? The only time he whooped their ass is when they fell out of petrol. You understand what I'm saying? They've been in power ever
Yeah,
since
look
Daniel
at what I'm
gave
gonna
his.
tell you,
Oh,
brother.
oh,
You
oh,
heard?
oh, wait, wait,
So
wait.
now
Let
you
me cook.
cooking, you cooking, you cooking,
Let
you
me
cooking.
cook.
Go ahead.
These brothers been in power since Daniel chapter seven's vision. They got the last two kingdoms out of the four kingdoms in there. So if you're gonna say that everything must happen again, you got to show me the Edomites going into slavery after they got destroyed the first time. I don't want that to go over your head. Where is that precept? The one that's in Habakkuk 3.
I think what you're mentioning is Habakkuk chapter 3, verse 2.
Let's
If I'm
get
not
it.
mistaken. Let me pull
Which
that up.
version say do again what you did in the past? And guess what, brother Ahmad? I don't want to lose you. They Deborah, Moses, and Habakkuk all talking about the same events concerning the same people in the same fashion. Let's get it. Where is it?
Hold on.
Right there. Verse 3. Just in case you want to disregard this as prophecy. Because if you do, you got to show me the Edomites getting their ass waxed after Daniel chapter 7. And that's gonna be a heavy burden on you, brother. And I know you can't show me that. Let's read. God is coming again from Edom. The holy God is coming from the hills of Paran. His splendor covers the
All
heaven,
right,
and the earth
that's
is full of his
Deuteronomy.
praise. Keep going. Scroll down. Scroll down.
Yeah, that's
Scroll down.
Deuteronomy. Right there.
Scroll down. Come on. Man, this is
That's
going too slow
Deuteronomy,
for
what,
me.
33 right there? What's the Deuteronomy? That's Deuteronomy 30 some.
No, this ain't Deuteronomy 33. This should be Habakkuk. Keep going down. Y'all ain't helping me find a precept. I'll find it myself. Hold on.
All right, go ahead, bro.
Habakkuk chapter 3, verse 2 in the GNT. Get that. Now, swap that to the GNT, Ox,
Is
Hey,
the
I'm
so we
about to
can
screen
get
not
off
plain.
this shit
sharing or
in a
something?
minute, though, bro.
Is
I
the
ain't gonna,
screen
I'm about
not
to get off
sharing?
it.
Yeah. Let's get that GNT. Let's make it plain. We don't even want
I'm trying to
no
fuck with you, though.
misunderstanding.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what y'all looking at. That's what
Verse
I.
Yeah,
2.
that Habakkuk
Habakkuk chapter
chapter
3,
3.
verse 2. GNT.
That's what been on the screen.
Oh, Shalakia. Shalakia, get that away from me. Pardon. So it says, "Oh Yahawah, I have heard what you have done. I am filled with awe. Now do again in our times, because these Edomites is kicking our ass. The great deeds you used to do. Be merciful, even when you are angry." Right? So he said, do again in our times the great deeds you used to do. God is coming from Edom. The holy God is coming from the hills of Haran. Same prophecy from Deuteronomy chapter 33. Now, if you want to go back there, then cool. You just being stubborn. But we can go back there. He says a fiery law is gonna come forth from him. And those 10,000, that's the 144,000, and that's the saints. When you read in Zephaniah, right, and he says he's going to teach us that pure language is the same thing as that fiery law. I don't think you want to really challenge that. I'm gonna give you a whole day to debate me on that right there, because I'm occupied in prophecy, right? So all I'm doing is showing you that Christ is gonna come back and teach us the law and how to do it perfectly, right? Now, if you say it's just the law of Christ and it just hangs on two commandments, I would agree with you. That's because them two commandments, if you love God, you will love your brother. He said, how can you hate your brother whom you have seen and love me whom you haven't seen, right? That's what he mean by that. So when he say love on these two hang all the two commandments, he's saying if you love your brother, You won't sleep with his wife. If you love your brother, you're not gonna let him fall into a hole and not help him out. If you love your brother, you won't sit up there and steal from him. If you love your brother, you won't take his life. And all these things are summed up in
And
the
that's the
entire
law
law.
we under. That's the law we under. That's the law we under right now.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, the problem that you're gonna have with the way that you're approaching the law and the way that you're teaching my
But
Israel,
all
which
the outward
belongs.
commandments, as far as like fringes and
Look, bro.
Sabbaths and
Look, look,
holy and
look.
feast days and all that,
Bro,
no, no, no.
everything that
We
you're
ain't
talking
into that.
about, from fringes to circumcision to everything, Christ did it, right? He didn't miss one letter of the law, so it don't even make sense. But now we finna
He
keep
did
going.
miss some
Hey,
stuff
we back on
because he
circumcision.
changed the
Hey,
Sabbath. He did stuff on the Sabbath that wasn't approved.
bro, I'm gonna
And
keep it on.
he even
I'm gonna
said
keep it on
that,
topic. Hold on, wait a
and
minute.
he
Who
even
do the
said that
approving?
he disobeyed
Wait,
the Sabbath
wait, 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 wait,
according
wait,
to the
wait.
law of Moses because,
Hold
you know what I
on.
mean?
Hold on.
He had his disciples pick
Slow
corn
down,
and
bro.
grain and whatever.
Slow
You heard?
down. Slow down. Give me Mark chapter 2. So you saying that the Lord of the Sabbath broke the Sabbath?
Yes, he did.
How is
But he
he
ain't
Lord
break
over
it
it? How
according
is
to
he
the law
Lord
of
over
God. He
something
broke
that
it
he
to the
didn't
law of
transgress?
Moses.
What?
He broke it to the law of Moses, not to the law of God, though.
Moses wrote of him. Christ is Lord of the Sabbath, and you literally just came out your mouth and say he broke the Sabbath. But then he said, "Don't you
Yeah, he
know?"
said he did. He said he did. He
Wait.
said they did
Hey,
stuff
I
that
ain't got
was
no words of my own,
he
brother.
he compared his disciples that he told to do that. You heard, and that he was confirming them. You heard?
Bro, the
He
point that he was
confirmed
trying
them
to
with
get
people
them to
that broke the
understand
Sabbath.
when them
And niggas
folks
was
said
getting
that Christ,
stoned for that. Niggas
when
was
them
getting
folks,
stoned for
let me
that.
ask you a question, bro. If
Niggas
you
was getting
was,
stoned for picking up sticks on the Sabbath. So you feel me? Like
bro,
it's
I'm
I
not
mean,
talking about Numbers 15. I'm talking about what Christ said in Mark
damn, you
chapter
good with
2.
them scriptures too.
I'm talking about
I gotta get like
What Mark said in chapter 2, bro.
because you
What was
know
happening
exactly what I
is
was
that
talking
they
about.
was plucking grain, they was plucking wheat, they was plucking corn, trying to feed a brother. If you was on our side of the fence and you thought you had to keep the law, I got one question for you, right? Could you feed a hungry brother on the Sabbath, or Christ wants you to just leave that nigga to starve?
But still, it was against the Sabbath according to the law of Moses, though. According to the law of Moses, it was against it.
No, Christ was telling y'all don't understand that man was not made for the Sabbath. The Sabbath was made for man. So it's made to
Yes,
our benefit
yes,
so you can help
yes,
a brother.
yes,
Yeah, you saying
yes,
yeah.
yes.
You're
I
not really
believe
putting
that.
up a fight at all, brother. Bro, you need to really humble yourself, bro, and just keep studying, bro. Cause I'm putting you to the test right now. You really don't understand prophecy, right? And you actually real slow in the scriptures. I don't negate what you find from Malachi going forward. You understand what I'm saying? But you got everybody else inside of the book from Malachi going forward reading the same book. When you go to Luke chapter 4, Christ didn't walk into the temple and pick up the book of Philippians. He walked in the temple and picked up Matthew and found the place wherein it was written in Isaiah 61 and said, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me. He has anointed me."
He ain't pick up the book of fucking Matthew neither, because that wasn't written either. He picked up the fucking book of Isaiah.
Yes. Hey, stop agreeing with me, bro. You ain't even allowing me to cut you, bro. You actually, I would say you being humble because you're being taught right now. Let's get back to this. Let's
Nah,
get back to
man,
this
I ain't even
circumcision.
like. I'm saying you ain't teaching me nothing. You
Okay.
like a
All
little
right.
bit of stuff. Like we can't be taught in this new covenant. You heard? Because God is going to shape our
Hey,
life
we on
in order to
circumcision. The only
in order
reason
to
why I showed
understand
you,
certain stuff. You
we on
heard? And He
circumcision. The
going to
only
pit us
reason
through
why I
certain
showed
stuff
you
in
Deuteronomy
order to make us
33 is to
understand
show
certain
you.
stuff.
Look,
You
bro,
heard?
I'm getting back on topic. The only reason why I showed you Deuteronomy 33, why I showed you Habakkuk chapter 3, why I showed you Judges 5, is because I thought you had in question that Deuteronomy 33, 1 and 2 wasn't prophecy. And that prophecy that I just showed you is telling us that Christ, just like he taught us the Mosaic law in the past, he gonna come back and teach it to us again. And already got you on tape agreeing to that, right? So you can go and circumvent that to your own benefit,
He's going to
but
teach us the righteousness of the law, though.
Yeah, the righteousness of the law is helping your brother. It's helping a brother like you that can't hardly provide for himself right now that would go to work to make it through the situation that he in. That's the righteousness of the law. And we gonna do what
Yeah.
we need to do to help you because we believe what Christ said.
Cause I was busting my ass on that fucking job before I got locked up,
We ain't
man.
talking
God
about
don't want
that.
me to
Look,
have that job.
hey,
God
y'all, I'm
don't
about
want
to
me to
get a
have that
floor back.
job, you heard?
This what I'm
That's
finna
what
do. I
this
don't
is.
think I need to further explain the precepts I'm about to pull out. I'm just gonna read
Go
them
ahead,
straight
bro, bro.
and I'm gonna digress, right? So my precepts about to go in order. So first, we already did
Let you
first
get what you
Maccabees.
gotta get off, and then I'm gonna get off what I gotta get off. You
Bet,
heard?
bet, bet, bet. I gave you
All
first
right, so
Maccabees 1 and 15. I showed you circumcision becoming uncircumcision because that was a question that you had. I answered it thoroughly. I went to
yeah,
Deuteronomy chapter
it's
33,
called
verse 1 through 2.
epispasm. It's called epispasm or something.
I went to
What they was get
Deuteronomy 33 verse 1 through 2, and I showed you that Christ gonna come back and teach us the law, how to keep it perfectly. You can find this being fulfilled in Luke chapter 19, verse 27, when he says, "Bring them hither that I may slay them before thee, those that will not obey me." Right? He's telling you to go read the book of Ezekiel, chapter 20, when it says, "I will purge out the rebels." See, you're not understanding prophecy. When you read Daniel chapter 9, right? Verse 24, it says 70 weeks are determined upon thy people to finish the transgression. And if you ever want to get into the Hebrew and stop acting like it won't help you, you will understand that finish the transgression mean purge out the rebels. What are they rebelling against? The law, right? So what you're saying, you're studying a doctrine that suits you right now, and that's okay, brother, because I'm gonna help you understand that the way that you're perceiving grace right now, the beauty of the grace that we understand is you still got enough time to change. You still got enough time to get out here and wake these brothers up. You still got enough time to make sure to not tell people you don't have to keep the law. It
Remission
says
of
don't kill your
sins,
brother instead of them
remission
making
of
their own
sins,
judgments.
and remission of sins, and that he gonna forget every sin that we did. You heard? So it's not a grace period. So where a lot of people try to like use the grace period, so where like, we gonna have to pay for our sins? No, we not. You heard? He
Bro,
gonna
all right,
forget our
hey,
sins,
Yeah,
Salakia,
man.
let
yeah.
me
Hold on.
let me
Yeah,
finish my circumcision.
yeah.
Romans 2 and 29.
We got 5 minutes to wrap up that circumcision, and then
All right.
we're gonna do closing points.
So roll fast with me. I want Romans 2 and 29.
All right. So, I think that's right after the verse, but we get that's why we gonna have to stay in the context because you're going. I already know what you're going to. Romans 2 and 29. I already know what you're going to.
Yeah, yeah.
It's about
Long as you
that.
know, and I hope
About
you
that
know, out of
law.
the
It's
mouth
about
of
that
two or
law. It's
more.
about the law.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah, yeah.
talking about a different law. Oh, he would be all
Yeah,
right.
it's all good. It's all good though. But guess what though? The problem you gonna have is not listening to
Matter of
Christ. And
fact,
he said, Christ said, out of the mouth of two or more witnesses is his word established, right? You using one
yes, I
witness.
understand. That's why so
You
many
using one
prophets that he
witness.
had.
You using one witness. You don't listen to Christ. Christ said you need two witnesses. That's a problem for you. You can use one witness all day. Over here, we need four or five. We need Isaiah, we need Ezekiel, we need Christ, we need John, right? We need Paul. You can just use just Paul, right? But I tell you what, you should read 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 2. Paul said he wasn't crucified for you, right? He said one follow Paul, one follow Apollos. He said, I planted Apollos watered, right? You feel what
No,
I'm
I know
saying?
this.
So,
I know
so,
this.
so if Apollos wrote a book and it made it in here, you would listen to that too. Them brothers would be stepping on each other probably. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, where that what's the precept? Let me read my own precept. It said, rather the real Jew is the person who is a Jew on the inside. That is those whose heart has been circumcised, and this is the work of God's spirit, not the written law. Such a person receives praise from God and not human beings. Uh-oh. So a Nicolaitan thought process, a Nicolaitan mindset, right? Which went off
You
to
was the
which
nigga
went,
that called me Nicolation?
yeah. I'm calling you a Nicolaitan.
Oh yeah, you was
But
coming crazy.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
gonna go on your ass. Man.
for sure, for
I
sure.
had love for you.
I'll make a whole video on it. Look, but look, so y'all go and read this, right? Y'all go and read this, right? And say, see, it said not of the written law. But you didn't go get your other witnesses to realize what it's saying. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 6. Man, the Lord is a consuming fire, man. Exodus chapter 15 and 3, man, it says God is a man of war. You feel what I'm saying? Right? What's that? What's that in Psalm 110 verse 11? It says Proverbs 1 Psalm 110 and 11. It said the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, bro. Right? Man, you need to start fearing the Most High, bro. You better fear His right hand. What you need to do, right? This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 6. Yahawah, your Elohim, or your power will give you and your descendants obedient hearts, so that you will love Him with all your heart, and when you will continue to live in the land, right? So let's get that in the KJV, so this don't become misconstrued, and you can see why I pulled this precept.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I
Right?
agree with you.
So if you agree with me, you understand that you have to go into the law to see the spiritual circumcision and still do the physical.
I've been
Because he's saying
said that. I said
he
the
is
law is
saying,
not made
hold
of
on,
none
wait,
avail.
stop agreeing with me. I
It's
don't want you to agree with me. I want you to put up a fight, right? Cause listen,
ah.
let's get that in the KJV. He says, circumcise your heart. Circumcise your heart. You feel what I'm saying? So if I'm going in the law and showing you where the circumcision that you saying is of Christ, Christ is in he's in the law. This is Christ talking to you right here in Deuteronomy 30 and 6. He's telling you to circumcise your heart. My last precept gonna be Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 25 through 26.
Hey, yeah,
And
we
then
about to get off this too, cause
come.
I'm
We
tired as
almost out of
hell.
time. We almost out of time, right? So I'm gonna go to Jeremiah. I'm going to Jeremiah.
I'm gonna
Uh,
rebut whatever you got though.
Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 25 through 20. You can't rebut words out of the scriptures. You can't
Now I'm gonna
rebut the
rebut your
scripture.
understanding now.
Yeah, okay, I hear you.
Nah, you right about some of the shit that you talking about,
Yeah, I
but
hear you.
certain
Jeremiah
shit
chapter
you
9, verse 25 through 26 says the
really
Lord,
correct.
it says the Lord says the time is coming when I will punish the people of Egypt, Judah, Edom, Ammon, Moab, and the desert people who had their hair cut short. All these people are circumcised, but they have not kept the covenant it symbolizes. So that's what it means when you made your circumcision uncircumcision, when you ain't keeping your word, when you a hypocrite, when you haven't cleaned yourself up, when you didn't circumcise your heart, right? Which would tell you to help your brother out. All these people that's listed here, they fucked over us and put us in slavery, right? So it don't matter if they had their dick cut, right? They didn't have a heart circumcised, so their circumcision profited nothing. It says none of these people and none of these people of Israel have kept my covenant. So you could get circumcised, and it's gonna be a lot of people that ain't got the turtleneck that ain't gonna make it into the kingdom, bro, right? Because they didn't circumcise their heart, right? And this is honestly my last precept right here. This is my last precept right here, and this is prophecy, which is your weakness, right? Go to Ezekiel 36 and 26. Y'all can read it. I digress. Call halal Yahawah by Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Romans 2:27. Let's go to Romans 2:27.
Get you
All right.
another witness to go with it too.
Let me get Romans 2:27 real quick.
Get you another witness. Put that witness with Christ. Make Christ your first witness and then do him.
All right. Romans 2:27.
And
And
then go
shall
get
not
you
the
another
uncircum
witness.
and shall not the uncircumcision which is by nature, if it fill the law, judge thee, who is better, who by the letter of the who by the letter and circumcision does transgress the law. You heard? So they saying that the uncircumcision and the circumcision was part of the law of Moses. You heard? So if you saying we gotta still keep that law of Moses, how is the uncircumcision going to judge us? You
Bro,
heard?
where is your other witness?
Oh, you need.
No,
Good.
no, no. Don't say what I need. Christ said you need two or more witnesses to establish a matter. Listen to Christ and do what he said. Since you're under the law of Christ, follow Christ. Follow Christ's instruction. That's the law that you're under. You're demonstrating
Oh,
that
so
you don't
you need
you
another witness except for
you're,
Paul.
you're
So
demonstrating. Yeah, go
so
ahead.
we
Go
could
ahead.
go
Go
into
ahead.
Acts and
There you go. There you go. There you go.
when the Jerusalem council
Who wrote
on
the book of Acts? Who wrote the book of
Luke,
Acts?
that was Paul companion.
Right? Right? So
That was
Paul
Paul
Paul is
boy.
writing. Wait a minute. Luke is recording events. right? That's not a book like a letter that Paul wrote. You can
Yeah,
contribute most of the letters and
and
the
that's why,
authorship of, of,
I be
of
telling niggas like when you read the book of Acts, like don't like you be trying to like understand it without like, but Paul letters tell you what he was doing. Corinthians 9, when he was around the Jews, he was trying
all
to
right,
save his
cool,
life.
cool, cool, cool. Pull your
You're
second witness that proves your point that you pulled out of Romans, which Paul didn't even write. Paul didn't even
now you
write
gonna go
Romans.
there. Now you gonna go start saying you know the Bible better than the Bible know itself. You're
Bro, Paul did not
and
write
that's what
Romans,
I
is
ain't
all
with.
I'm telling you.
You're
Paul didn't write Romans.
man, he wrote Romans, man. He wrote Romans. I believe he wrote Hebrews too.
Paul did not write Romans. Go, hey, pull that real quick since this brother, he a scholar. Go ahead and pull that. Man, you gonna learn a lot. I mean, you might well just come to 3BY, bro. You ain't gotta pick up all our doctrine, but come over here and get some of this sauce, bro.
I'm about to get off in a minute, man.
Now it should be the last chapter.
Yeah, I gotta go to sleep in a minute, man. Shit.
Romans 16 and 22. Go ahead and show this man what is he talking about. So, hey, read it. Read it
I'm
real
listening.
quick. It says, I, Tertius, the writer of this letter, send you Christian greetings. Who wrote Romans, bro?
Nah, he probably spiced it up a little bit. He probably edited it or whatever, but Paul wrote it, man.
Hey, all right. Now on that note, man, we're gonna say shalom, and we're gonna let you leave off adding to the word like you been doing, man. The word said Tertius wrote it. You said Paul wrote it. I told you earlier about speaking against the oracles, man. It was a great dialogue. I know
Brother.
I
Hey,
know
yo, yeah,
everybody
we
wanted
could pick
to come.
this up another time though.
Yep,
I like it though, man. I got tough skin, man. Fucking with Facebook. These niggas becoming crazy.
yep, I
Yeah.
know, man. So I know everybody learned a light on the panel tonight, man. It was a great dialogue.
Yeah, I
So
want to unblock a couple of brothers, man, because they got under my skin so bad, but I should have blocked them.
yeah, and you already know, man. We here for any further questions that you have. You know what I'm saying, dealing with the scriptures. I think it's very evident that the law of Moses is being kept all through the gospel and most of all by the Messiah. We pulled out several precepts to see that Jesus or Yahawah and Paul kept the commandments that were given in the Old Testament in what we call the New Testament today, knowing
Paul
that
talked
they
about
didn't
when he
have.
kept the law, though.
Hold on. I'm closing out.
If you go into
The
Romans,
dialogue, the dialogue is over. I'm just closing out.
all right,
Uh,
I got you. I got you. I got you.
yeah.
We
So
gonna do it. We gonna
yeah,
do it again. We gonna do it again.
yeah. So we had multiple evidences that let us know that Yahweh and Paul were keeping the commandments of the Old Testament and what we call the New Testament, seeing that they didn't have anything else to go off of in their time. There was no law of Christ to go off of in their time. They were only keeping the Old Testament law. We pulled out
That's
several precepts.
crazy that you feel that
We
way.
Shalakia,
pulled out.
Shalakia. Hey, I know you closing. Let me build on your point, brother Iman. When that brother pulled that Revelation 14 earlier, when it said the saints kept the law and the commandments, the part that went over your head, brother Ahmad, was the saints have been starting to be sealed prior to Christ even coming. So they wasn't actually believing on Christ. You feel what
We
I'm
were
saying?
sealed to the foundation of the earth, bro. For the foundations of the world, bro. We were sealed, nigga.
Yeah, but they wasn't even able to they wasn't even able to witness Christ. They wasn't even able to say on the third day. They wasn't even able to say the law of Christ. They weren't able to say that. So you taking away their ability to be saints before Christ even came. Because them 144 have been numbered since the foundation of the world. You just proved my point.
Come. So we're
That's
gonna
a
go
whole
ahead.
nother subject. That's deeper.
Yeah, we're gonna
But
go ahead and
nah,
close out, man.
actually, I'm gonna get on that point.
Brother Shem.
I'm gonna get on that point real quick. That yeah, we would still be for the foundation of the
Brother
earth,
Shem.
but it had to play out. You heard? It had to play out, and it happened after Christ. It ain't happen. We ain't get into after Christ
Brother
until
Shem. I need everybody
after
muted up
he's
so I can
after
close
he
out.
shed his spirit on us. You heard? After he was descending and gave gifts unto men, man. He ascended into heaven and gave gifts unto men. And he gave us through the Holy Spirit and through stuff like that. Now that we could receive, but we couldn't receive it before.
I need you to go on mute up so we can close out, man.
All right, go ahead, bro. Like, say that, man. I liked it this one, though.
Yeah, so once again, man, we want to give our praises for the edification that was given tonight on the platform. Uh, we definitely want to move forward, continue with gaining decorum amongst the body and anybody else that plays a part, you know what I'm saying, in dialoguing with the body or becoming a piece of the body, as we like to call it. Because once again, it ain't no contention, no combat, or no beef with another brother that understand that we need to keep the commandments. So, like I say, once again, we just give our praise to the Most High Yahawah in the name of Yahawah Shai, knowing that Yahawah is the only name that we can be redeemed by. Shalom.
You know, I don't believe in keeping no commandments. I believe in keeping the commandments of Christ. But nah, hey, yo, look, right? Yeah, I liked it this one, though. You feel me? It was the calm. It wasn't like, you know what I mean? Niggas wanted me on. Niggas wasn't trying to clout,
But
saying I
man,
was
where you
clout
at, man?
chasing.
You went to sleep?
And niggas wasn't keeping me at their mercy. So you heard? I actually got to get my stuff off a little bit. I should have got it off a little bit better. And I got to prepare a little bit better next time. You heard? But at the end of
This
the
was
day,
good though.
I think I made my point though. I just ain't really bring the scriptures out to really go into. Like, you feel me?
Man, keep doing what you doing though, bro. Cause I haven't been in the truth that long. And just for you to even stand toe to toe with the brothers, you didn't back down, you know. I mean, you know what you need to work on. But shoot, man, you ready to be edified, brother? Shoot,
We
man,
are
we
sharpening
definitely
each other, yo. We are sharpening each other. But I ain't
yeah,
returning back
man.
to my vomit, bro. And a lot of that stuff that I was that they talking is my vomit, bro. I was preaching that shit. I was teaching that shit. I was doing that shit. You heard?
Huh.
I was teaching all the same doctrines, bro. And I
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
figured
I
out
got
brother.
hey, quick question, bro.
shit ain't right. God sent me
Hey,
to
hey,
prison for 3.5 years. I ain't do nothing.
hey,
All
hey,
I
bro.
went to prison for because they moving
Yeah,
these Spanish
Shalom.
people in our neighborhoods and they took over apartment